Welcome back, everyone. I just finished watching the first episode of Sam and Max Freelance Police, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. So this episode is longer than the usual episode. It's about 20 minutes. The average episode is about 10 minutes, but they were usually bundled together to make a 20-minute episode. So this episode is a lot, because it has a longer runtime, it's able to pace things a bit slower than an average episode, and I feel like that's really beneficial for setting up the characters in the world. And a lot of this episode is primarily set up for, well, not set up, but trying to give an introduction to the geek, as well as Sam and Max themselves, because we open up in the cold open in Geek's lab, and she calls Sam and Max, and then we have sort of our Sam and Max introduction, where we get a brief flashback of some of their crazy adventures, and then they're off to the Geek's lab, where they sort of give a bit of exposition about what their relationship to the geek is like, where she fixes their stuff. And then we get into the main plot of the episode, which is the interdimensional rift in the geek's refrigerator. So it's already eaten 3 refrigerator repairmen, and Sam and Max go in, and then it turns into an homage to The Thing, where they're fighting off this like sentient food, and then Sam eats the food, and then they get back, and then they have an alien homage, and then the episode's over. So that's the basics of what happens in this episode. And I thought it was pretty good, perhaps a bit slow in places. I think that's sort of a side effect of, you know, the 10-minute runtime versus the 20-minute runtime, where in 10 minutes, you know, everything needs to be very compact, and I feel like the writers might be more used to that. And so in this 20-minute episode, it can be a bit slower. But with that said, the episode isn't bad, and I think that's actually a bit beneficial for a first episode of a show if you're introducing the characters and the premise and whatnot. Just so the audience can get a better grasp on what the general state of things are going to be like going forward. Now, the humor in this episode I felt was very good. I liked it up until the end, where the internet, I won't go into detail, but the internet has sort of retroactively ruined the ending of this episode for me and made it very awkward to watch. But other than that, I thought a lot of the humor was very good, especially sort of like there's that one scene where they're like, give us the password, and they like cut to a TV game show where it's like, the password is haggis, and like I thought jokes like that were very good, as well as stuff where the Hudson character, again with the aliens references, one of the guys is like, you'd have to be a maniac to do that, and Max is like, they cut to Max at like a desk, like a school desk, and he's like, "Ooh, pick me," and there's like a knife carved into the desk, and it's like jokes like that I felt worked really well. But I'm not gonna give a lot of, I can only give so much insight and critique into it, because this is a comedy series, and at the end of the day, comedy is a very subjective thing, so it's sort of like, I can't really, I don't know if I can really break down stuff and whatnot, but I'm gonna do my best to give my thoughts on the series. And yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I really enjoyed it. Not much insight, but you know. So yeah, this was a very short video. It was just a quick little review. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna do more Sam and Max reviews in the future, so if you like this, you might also enjoy the other stuff on my channel, so remember to like, dislike, subscribe. Yeah, a lot of channels will just say like. I'm okay. You can like or dislike, I don't care. But yeah, so subscribe, comment below if you've seen Sam and Max, and I hope you stick around for the other reviews.